Hi everybody! Today is Thursday, April 3rd, and I feel really bad that I haven't done a video in a couple weeks. I've been pretty busy, and I'll get to that in a minute. It's great news, but today is the anniversary since my grandmother, fourth month since my grandmother passed away. And I cry about her every day, but there's some really good news about, there's a situation that I can't wait to talk about that involves my grandma. And I'm wearing an Italian shirt, an Italian girl shirt. But I wanted to first start by thanking Carl, because the video that you made me was so awesome. And if anybody hasn't seen it yet, you really have to watch it, because it's silent. And I talked about in one of my videos how I have my Charlie Chaplin shirt on for you, Carl, and how whether, I love film so much, and silent and sound together, it's all amazing. And the way that you did that, you are so talented, and I wish that I could do something like that back for you, but I'm not quite as talented as you are. You did an amazing job, and I wanted to thank you. That meant a lot to me. And I loved my public speaking, so I have another event scheduled in May, and I'm really excited about it, and I'm sure I'll record it and put it on so everyone can see. But that was the first thing that I wanted to say. And also, I wanted to talk about how I've had my 6th infusion of Sabri, and I feel amazing. And Murphy's Law, well, the day that I was getting my infusion, there was a huge news story happening, because I don't know if any of you have seen what's happening in Detroit, but there's a huge scandal with our mayor in Detroit, and right during my infusion, they were announcing what was going to happen, the next step. Like, he was in big trouble, he might have to go to jail. And when I was getting steroids in the hospital, when they gave me the first IV, I was talking about how it really hurt my arm, and I told my brother and my mom, I'm like, my arm really hurts, I don't want to sound like a wuss. And the medication was going into my skin and not my vein. Well, it happened during my 6th infusion, during the news report. And I'm like, no. I told my mom, and the woman who I met through my infusion center, who did my grandmother's funeral, she was there too, and I was telling them, I'm like, my arm really hurts, I don't know what's happening, and I got scared, but it was just a minor problem. We fixed it, and it was great. So 6 infusions, and I'm feeling wonderful. And I also saw my neurologist yesterday, and I had been looking forward to going to see him all week. I've been telling my parents and Anthony, I was like, I can't wait to see Dr. Cullis, because he hasn't seen me this well, and I was really looking forward to it. And so I saw Dr. Cullis. He told me that I am doing better than he was originally intending for me to be. He said, wow, you look great, and I still have minor tremors. They're so minor that nobody can see really, but they're still here. And I asked him, I said, I'm sure you're not going to be able to give me an answer, but are they ever going to go away? And he said, well, at the rate you're going, I'm sure they probably will. He said, but I can't give you a definite answer. But he said, and I totally agreed with him, he said, if you had to live the rest of your life like this, would you be okay with that? And I said, yes, definitely, because they're not that noticeable. So I'm feeling great, I can exercise, and I'm just doing extraordinarily well. And I wanted to also thank Dr. Dan. I wanted to thank you so much for the email that you sent to me. That meant a lot to me. And I'm doing okay. I just haven't been able to do a video for a couple weeks, and I'll tell you why right now. Well, Dr. Dan, you know already, but my job as a hostess was really taxing on the muscles in my legs. And they do allow me to sit down, like there's a stool behind the hostess desk, but I never knew how much walking, I never knew how hard it is to be a hostess. At least at our restaurant, as a hostess, you have to seat people, and you have to keep track of how many servers, how many tables each server has had, And we also have to do the carry-outs. So, you know, you're answering the phone, you're greeting guests, you're taking people to the table, you have to go all the way to the kitchen to get their, you know, the carry-out orders, and you have to get the condiments, and it's just, I mean, I love it. I love the people that I work with, but it was really taxing on my muscles. So, back to my grandma. When the house that she lived in before we moved her into the assisted living place, she had lived in for 40 years. That's where she moved into with her husband, my grandpa. And next to her was her mother, was my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother died when I was a junior in high school, so that would have been, what year? 2001. 2001, my grandmother passed away, and so we sold her house. And we really wanted a nice family to get the house because it meant a lot to us. My grandma was still next door, and it turns out that this really wonderful young couple moved in there, and my grandma was really close with them. They have a beautiful black lab. Her name is Blue, and my grandma would give her treats every day. Well, when my grandma passed away, their names are Jason and Preeti, and when my grandma passed away, they were really upset. But they just had a baby girl. So guess who they picked to be their nanny? I am so excited. I watched, her name is Isla. She's one of the most beautiful little girls I've ever seen in my life. I love kids. I wanted to be a mom when I was a little kid, and with my big family, I've been watching babies since I was really young. So for me, it comes very naturally. And now I'm Isla's nanny, and I watch her Monday through Friday. And then I still am going to be working part-time as a hostess on the weekends. So things for me are going great. And I'll be honest, after my relapse, I didn't think that I was going to be doing this well at this point. And when I was in the hospital, I prayed to God. I said, God, just please let me be normal in a year. I said, I'll give myself a year to get over this. And it's the beginning of April, and I have all these wonderful things going on, and I am talking to all of you, and it's so exciting. So life is good. And I think that's pretty much everything I had to say. Can you think of anything else? That's it. Oh, yeah, Aiden. I wanted to thank you so much for writing to me. I'm sorry I haven't been able to write to you. You're such a sweetheart. And I haven't been able to watch your video because it's not working. I've tried it on a couple different computers at our house, and I haven't been able to watch your video. But I wanted to thank you so much for writing to me, and I will write you back as soon as I can. And I'm really sorry about what happened. I really am. And believe me, I can't imagine what you had to go through. I mean, I'm the one with MS, but having a parent, having that happen, I just can't imagine. So my thoughts and prayers are with you, Aiden, and please write to me anytime you ever need to if you want to talk about it. And I'll try to keep downloading your video. I haven't been able to watch it, but I hope you're doing well, and like I said, you all are in my prayers every night. So I hope everybody's doing well. Sorry it took me so long to do this video, but I feel great. Things are going very well, and hopefully I'll be doing a video next week. We'll see, depending on how baby Isla's doing. She's so cute. I'm hoping that you'll be able to see her one day. So anyway, that's all I have to report, and I will be reporting again soon. Have a good day. Bye.